This review is not spoiler-free.
When thinking about a movie adaptation of Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid, the first thing that likely comes to mind is the Disney version. While it's held in the hearts of many, it is largely disliked by fans of the original tale due to the drastic changes made to the protagonist, and the fact that the tragic ending was entirely taken out. What's often pointed to as a proper adaptation of Andersen's story is the 1975 animated film produced by the Japanese company Toei Animation and directed by Tomohiro Katsumata. There are so many similarities between these versions that there's been some speculation that Disney ripped this one off. Whether or not there's any truth to the claim, Toei's rendering of the tale is not only better than Disney's as an adaptation, but as a movie. While Disney prioritized creating a happy ending, Toei weaves a tragic narrative around a charming cast of characters that comes to life through the beautiful artwork, making their version a prime example of how to make a simplistic, heartbreaking story. While most adaptations of the story, like the Disney version, tend to steer away from the depressing ending, this movie sails straight into it. The main change made is the omission of the Little Mermaid's desire for a human soul. However, the movie uses that cut element to focus on building the chemistry between the mermaid Marina and unnamed prince. Fuck it, I'm calling him Plank. Though that does make her decision to leave everything behind and become a human a bit rushed and forced. Once she receives approval and pride from her father and grandmother, she almost instantly finds leaving that all behind for Plank worth it. Here's the moment where I gag as I admit that Disney did something better, because the final straw for their MC was getting into a fight with her dad. Pardon me, I'll go die now. After saving Plank from a shipwreck, Marina tends to his wounds as a subtle foreshadow to the final scene of the movie. She returns to the ocean when a human girl comes to help, knowing that the prince would be frightened by her fish's tail, and that she could never help him more than the human girl could. The Disney version kind of glossed over the mermaid and the prince's moments of growing closer together in favor of a musical number, while this version gives full scenes to those moments. The part when they go horseback riding together is used to show their playful natures bouncing off of one another, as well as to show that Plank would risk his life to save Marina as she did him, even when he doesn't know she was the one who saved him. They just act like the young teenagers in love that they are. Because of the clear chemistry between the romantic leads, it's both tragic and understandable that Marina would turn to Seafoam in order to fulfill Plank's desire for happiness. There isn't a need to make the Sea Witch the antagonist for a climax, as it's brought about by Plank simply loving another woman more, and Marina having the choice whether to kill him and live, or let him marry another and die. In a way that's self-effacing and natural, it keeps the stakes high. I also find that the story's unfortunate ending stems from its charming characters. The main cast is flat in that they largely stay the same throughout the movie, but still manage to be engaging. Marina is similar to the original Sushi, yet she's just different enough to be her own character. She's naturally curious and soft, but has a bit of a rebellious side. She's like a midway point between Sushi and Ariel, where she gets the best of both worlds.
I want to visit the surface. It must be wonderful there. Much nicer than my sisters tell me.
Even the character used for comic relief, Fritz, is used to lead to a tear-jerking ending. He's the cute support animal who cares for Marina like a sister, which is ironic considering that their actors Kirsten and Thor Bishopric were siblings in real life. But not once does he come across as the character who's just there for comic relief. He's never used to joke away the seriousness of a moment, and he actively contributes in moving the plot forward by telling Marina's sisters about her deal. As if the ending couldn't get any more depressing, Fritz chases after the bubbles made when Marina turns to Seafoam.
Marina! Marina!
Also, there's an evil cat who I thought was a drug hallucination during my first viewing, but no, a cat does try to kill Marina and get the prince married to another woman for some reason. It happens to the best of us, doesn't it?
I have something very important to tell you. Oh, what's that? The prince is against your marriage arrangement because of the little mute girl who came to live at the summer palace.
Also, humans can apparently understand animals in this universe because anime, so I don't know why Fritz didn't just explain the direness of the situation to Prince Who Gives a Fuck, or that Marina is the one who saved him. Makes sense, you stupid movie! The animation and music are beautiful, however they do suffer from faults that are to be expected from an animated movie made in the 70s. While the designs are pleasant on the eye, the characters aren't that expressive. The animation itself is very smooth and is complemented by the excellent scoring. There's only one song in the movie, which is Marina's coming-of-age song. Though I prefer the singing voice in the English dub, it's drowned out by the instrumental in comparison to the original Japanese vocals. The song plays when Marina becomes of age under the sea and when she matures on land, when she's ready to put others before herself. Overall, Toei Animation's adaptation of The Little Mermaid is a simple heartbreak. It manages to build up sympathy in the characters without ever feeling forced, the animation and music are great for the time, the romance is cute, and the ending is sad in all the right ways. While not being entirely accurate, it's the most faithful adaptation of the original Hans Christian Andersen story that I've seen. Even when watching it from the perspective of someone who isn't a fan of the original tale, there's still a lot to offer as a standalone. So if you're looking for a good adaptation of a classic, or just want a cute romance with a sad ending, I'd recommend giving it a watch. With that, I'm out. Quiz thingy! What would you do for a Klondike bar? I don't know, I've never had one. Leave your answers down below and I'll see you next time. Bye!